What's going on, everybody? This is Jimmy, and this is a Halloween Horror Nights Crypt Outlook. This is a website I did not design, get that right out of the way, but I enjoy going back and taking a look at the history that they have compiled on what is our favorite Halloween event. So we will give them a shout out at the top of every video, along with where we are on our countdown to HHN 30, starting 75 days. 1 hour, 48 minutes, 52, 51, 50. Hey man, the first Halloween Horror Nights was actually called Universal Studios Fright Nights. 91 is when it took place. At Universal, obviously. The catchphrase, dying for a good Halloween party. The Universal Monsters were the icons of the event, which is cool. The dates, the 25th, 6th, and 31st, 6 to 12 a.m. And it was $12.95 in advance or $15.95 day of. And this is the main thing that I wanted to do, is take a look at this one. So there you see the monsters on the cover. They sold a shirt last year. Maybe we'll do it again this year. That throwback HHN shirt. Pretty cool. Fright Nights. So they only had one maze the first year, the Dungeon of Terror, which was over kind of by Jaws. And then they had a lot of performances. Beetlejuice Live Dead in Concert featuring the Ghostbusters. That would have been interesting. Chainsaw Massacre over here kind of in the Sting Alley area. Dr. Death, The Human Pincushion, Magical Mania, Madame Crucell, Cobra Woman, Dragon Breath, gotta be like a fire eater, Hollywood Boulevard, and they had Star Shower, Paul Revere and the Raiders were playing. Monster Mardi Gras took place. In Amityville, they had Prince Dragon. Again, the Dungeon of Terror. Wild West Stunt Show was going on. In San Francisco, they had Iron Belly. Dr. Frankenstein's Theater featuring Mistress of the Night. And Frankenstein was at 8 and Dracula was at 10. So they must have been doing like some, like actually sit and watch a film. The Human Impaler. And then on Exposition Boulevard, they have the Gravediggers featuring Laurel and Hardy. The Pendragons, Illusions of Mystery, Universal Science Band, and Beetlejuice Graveyard Tour, which went around that old little mini Psycho set. And Hard Rock Hotel, our cafe, so what would be part of City Walk eventually. And that actually looks like it was in a different spot. So there should be this direction. So I'm not even sure what used to be or what is there that used to be there. E.T. Adventure. So this is like Curious George and the Barney Theater and all that now. That's interesting. But yeah, man, Monster Mardi Gras costume contest on Hollywood Boulevard at 7:30. Finalists from Central Florida schools. That's interesting. That they would do a costume contest. It's cool. But the event in itself was very... It almost... To say it was thrown together wasn't fair, but compared to, what it is 30 years later, it does seem like it was thrown together. But that's Fright Nights in a nutshell. Horror Nights 2 are what was eventually just called the first Halloween Horror Nights, 1992, at Universal Studios. The catchphrase was just the second annual. No icon this time. Couple more dates. 23, 4, 9, 30, and 31 in 1992. 6:30 to 12. So 1 hour less, or half hour less. Single night for Florida residents, 22. We'll round up to 23. In advance are 25. At the door, single night, if you're out of state, 33. If you are a kid, it's 26. And if you had bought a theme park ticket that day, you could upgrade for just $12.95 to come to Halloween Horror Nights. This is the first look at that classic Halloween Horror Nights logo with the chainsaw going through the jack-o'-lantern. And this was the first year that I think really showcases scare zones. So this pink area, Tramway of Doom, Darkman will be haunting the New York as you attempt to escape from recently deserted streets. Rides run. So that is a ride. I wonder what that ride was. That's the Mummy. So what was there before the Mummy? Not sure. I cannot. It's Confrontation. Oh, wow. Okay. So Confrontation was themed on Darkman. So it wasn't really a scare zone as much as it was that ride. Interesting. Robosaurus was in the park 3 times a night. Ghostbusters did a show 2 times a night. This is the first IP maze in Halloween Horror Nights in Soundstage 23 right here, based on the people under the stairs. Hanna-Barbera and Alfred Hitchcock rides and attractions were both working right here in the main drag. When you walk in, what's now Minions and Shrek was Hanna-Barbera and Alfred Hitchcock. I mean, holy smokes. Carnival of Horror are one night only. So that's what they were calling their costume contest. It was the Carnival of Horror. The Thunderdome. None shall escape the threatening encounter with the barbaric queen. That was over in the Hollywood area. That's like a Mad Max type thing. Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review was running. Terror Underground was a attraction based on the Earthquake ride, which is now Fast and Furious Supercharged. It's kind of taken over this whole chunk. Bill and Ted was actually here this year, so they only were not there for year 1, and then they were brought in year 2, and they were there for a long time. The Dungeon and Terror was back, and the description says a full cast of madmen and monsters wreak havoc and mayhem with the walls of the dungeons in dark depths. Voyage into the Unknown, which was the Back to the Future ride. I don't know what they did to that. The Pendragons in the Animal Actors stage with illusions and enchantments that defies the laws of nature. An alien forest, escape from demons and goblins from another world. Voyage into the Unknown, the Back to the Future. Be ready to face a deadly voyage. And that's all you know for the Back to the Future one. Terror Underground, blood-soaked tour of terror ride. So really the Darkman overlay on Confrontation seems like it's the coolest. Hanna-Barbera, they didn't even do anything. They just said, hey, it's open. You can ride it. But yeah, overall, I think that HHN 2 was... It looks like it's a pretty fun event. And so that kind of shows you what HHN 2 was like. The next video we will do 3 and 4 and see how HHN evolved. Yeah, thank you for watching and listening. Check out all of our other